From WWL, the news, talk, and sports leader, it's Scoot in the Afternoon, where politics and pop culture meet your opinions. Call 504-260-1870, text 870-870, or tweet at Scoot WWL. Now, live from our Ladder and Bloom studios in the heart of the Crescent City, here's Scoot in the Afternoon.
It is me, the real Robert Mitchell, Bob Mitchell, in for Scoot in the Afternoon, who will be back tomorrow. Just took a little vacation today. Nice long weekend for Scoot. On today's show, are you responding to the trumpet call, or do you think Donald is the worst thing that ever happened to politics or the race for president? You can call me with your opinion at 504-260-1870. Text me at 870-870. If you are Republican and Donald Trump is your party's eventual nominee, will you vote for Trump? Will you sit the election out or vote for the Democratic nominee? It's crazy what's going on in the Republican Party right now. Donald Trump is the front runner, yet people inside the party are trying to derail his train. Call in and let me know how you voted in the Louisiana primary. And what do you make of this four-man race right now? Do you think that Trump is going to continue to be the front runner? And he's calling on Rubio to pull out of the party. So not pull out of the party, pull out of the race. Should he? And if Rubio does pull out, who do you think gets all those votes? Do you think they will split him? Do you think he'll go to Cruz? You think he'll go to Kasich, the votes? 504-260-1870. Let's go to Michael in Mississippi. How are you, Michael?
Good, Bob. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you for calling.
I was a Trump supporter, and I started fact checking. And I'm going to say, the more that if you watch just one television channel, you're not going to get all the facts. And as I'm looking at some of the tariffs he was talking about and some of the taxes, the more I look into it, I don't know. It doesn't look doable. Another thing I want to talk about was, these quarterbacks, the criteria that needs to be used. If it's a number of Super Bowls, I understand. But defense and offense play a part in the Super Bowl. There was something that was said by that last reporter on he's the leader in 2-minute drill drives. I mean, that's the sign of a good quarterback, taking charge of the huddle.
Mm-hmm.
One of the greatest quarterbacks who didn't play forever was Burt Jones. You remember Burt Jones?
Sure do.
There you go. Burt Jones could have been one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. He hadn't got hurt.
Yeah, but we do have a tendency to rate quarterbacks on how many Super Bowls they go to and how many Super Bowls they win. And so I thought that guy had a very good point when he was
yeah. But again, it's offense, defense, special teams.
Right.
So amount of Super Bowls, yeah. Then by all means, Bradshaw, Starr, Staubach. Staubach was a good quarterback. You know what I'm saying?
He was.
But just getting back to Trump. I mean, I really want to vote for somebody who I feel is going to make a difference. One of your callers said he's not. The minorities are all going to vote for Hillary because minorities all want welfare. Well, not all minorities want to get.
Yeah,
welfare.
let me read a text message about that if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I take offense to your caller before the break. I'm a minority, but I have never asked for anything from my government for free. I'm also a veteran and expect my government to do its job and provide for the welfare of its citizens. These are just many things I fought for. So if you believe that only minorities want handouts, please go to the Social Security office or VA hospital and see who is there so you can see who truly fights for this country. Good point.
And just one last thing. The President of the United States is the president for all the people. I
agree.
Not just for whoever speaks the loudest or anything like that. He represents that 14-year-old kid in school, and he represents the 94-year-old in the nursing home, no matter what.
Now, let me ask you this question, since you said you were thinking about voting for Trump. If you're a Republican and Trump is the eventual nominee, will you vote for him, vote for the Democratic nominee, or just stay home?
The more I read, the more I'm going to stay home. I'm just saying, the more that I read, the more that I fact check, I'm just going to stay home. I can't see entrusting that into. I can't see it.
Would Trump be better than Hillary or Bernie?
Does it really? Okay, and let me ask you this then, Bob. I'm going to turn it back on you just for a second.
Sure.
Does it really matter who the president is with Congress, does it really matter?
Well, I think if we can get someone who can work with Congress, and now I agree, when you get to the bottom line, it's what Congress wants to do. My thought is that, and I really don't know, I have not made up my mind who I want to vote for. But when I look at things, I want a president, whether it's, no matter who it is, whether it's Cruz, whether it's Trump, whether it's Hillary, whether it's Bernie, I want a president that when he says something like, look, I want to build this wall. I want to close the border, okay? Now, we know that in order to do that, he's got to go to Congress to get the funds. I want a president that if Congress turns him down, that he's going to stand up, he's going to hold a press conference, and he's going to say, all right, here are the people that are stopping me from doing what you wanted me to do. Because when a president, a candidate runs on a platform, he says, if you elect me, I'm going to do A, B, and C. So that means that we are for those things. I want a president who call a press conference and call the people out that are preventing him from doing what he needs to do.
You know, that is a perfect example of how we all need to feel like. I mean, he needs to present it. I mean, they need to remember that they're for public servants. They're public servants.
Right.
And this, I heard your caller earlier saying that some of these taxes are for special interest groups and all that. It's not going to change overnight. I mean, if people think Trump or whoever is going to get in there and change it overnight, it's not going to happen overnight. I would hope he could get in there and do what he says. It's not necessarily the wall and all that, but I would hope he would get in there and produce more jobs. I hope he could get in there and unify the country again.
Well, that's what we need. You're exactly right. We need this country unified. Let's go to Frank in Metairie. Frank, how are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
First of all, let me just say something off the bat. I'm a combat veteran from Vietnam.
Well, thank you for serving our country.
No, you don't need to thank me.
No, but I always thank veterans. Always.
Okay. But anyway, everybody forgets about Hillary and those gentlemen that gave their lives with no help. Okay, she did that as not even a president. I hate to see what would happen. Now, that being said, I am a registered Democrat, but I vote who I feel is going to be the best for my country.
Gotcha.
With that being said, I've tried to watch every debate. I can't because I get tired of them attacking each other, okay? And I never hear, not one time, what they're going to do to make my life in the middle class better. I never hear them say that, not one of them. And I will say this. I know that Trump is hitting the nerve of all of us that feel like we should be able to open our mouths and say things, but we can't because depending on what you say, who you say it to, and where you say it, you're a racist or a bigot. It's got nothing to do with that if it's wrong what's going on in my country. With that being said, Donald Trump has to act like a grown-up than an infant. I mean, it's disgusting watching that. And one thing I learned...
I'm starting to get burned out on the childish thing.
Right, and all the people that's listening to me that were ever in the military, especially ground pounders, you are taught to learn about your enemy, become your enemy, to defeat your enemy. And what do you think the people that want to hurt us and kill us are doing watching this? I mean, they got to be rolling watching this. I know if I'm a bad guy, I'd be like, please, put this man in office. Because you're not going to build a wall. You're not going to do what you're saying on terrorists because it's going to hurt us. Gotcha,
Frank. I appreciate you phoning in. Got to go to a break. If you want to call, it's 504-260-1870. You can text me at 870-870. If you want to answer our Big 870 Pretty Jaguar opinion poll, go to WWL.com. I'm Bob Mitchell for Scoot in the Afternoon on WWL.
It's the Cajun candid Bobby Hebert. If you love Hokie Gajan and want to help him with his medical bills as he battles cancer, make a donation today. Text HELP Hokie to 870-870. We love you, Hope.
Can carpets stand up to wine, chocolate, and even bleach? Life-proof carpet from the Home Depot can. And right now, when you get Life-proof or any other carpet, you save up to $500 on your total carpet project. That's the carpet, the pad, and the installation. This is the next generation of carpet. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid on basic installation through March 23rd. Minimum $500 purchase of carpet and pad. U.S. only.
Are you looking to grow your business? How about generate leads for your sales team? If so, click the banner to learn more about Internet Radio. Entercom Radio has access to over 150 million online users in 23 cities every month. With highly targeted Internet Radio, you have a cost-effective way to extend your brand and create direct response success from the car, smartphone, or tablet. For more information, email radioworks@entercom.com. That's radioworks@entercom.com. Internet Radio works. After all, we got your attention.
Living with the idea that shorts are just out of the question? Isn't it time that you did something about those unsightly spider and ropey varicose veins? Did you know that they're not just unattractive, but unhealthy as well? Dr. Randall Juleff of La Bella Vita Vein Center is here to help you not only look great, but feel great and healthy as well. At La Bella Vita Vein Clinic, veins are all they do, so you can feel comfortable knowing that you're being treated by the best. These procedures are minimally invasive and nearly pain-free, with no downtime and usually covered by insurance.
Hi, this is Dr. Jula from La Bella Vita Vein Center. Listen to your legs. They want to look good in shorts, feel better, and most importantly, stay healthy. Call us for a free vein screening at 985-400-2999. Or visit us online at labellavitavain.com for more information, and like us on Facebook. At La Bella Vita Vein Center, vein care is all we do, and I can't wait to help you get back in shorts.
The UPS Store presents The Real Story of the Caterer and the Missing Ingredient.
I'm Carly with Lavish Fruits Catering.
Carly had eager customers chomping at the bit.
They were calling me, like, where's your new business?
Unfortunately, she was missing one big thing.
I had to get a legal address before I could get my kitchen.
So Carly turned to the one person she knew could help.
I'm Gloriana. I'm a UPS store owner. We got her set up with her mailbox.
Not only would a mailbox give Carly a real street address,
she can receive all her packages. It's 24-hour access, so it's really convenient. I want to make sure she gets taken care of.
That day, Carly discovered a new secret ingredient.
I call it Gloriana.
Aww.
Every day, we help real customers like Carly grow their business from the mailbox out. We can help you too. Come see us or visit theupsstore.com. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. The UPS Store franchise locations are independently owned and operated. Services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary by location. See Center for details.
Does your Bobby Hebert here from my friends at NOLA Lending Group, a division of Fidelity Bank. At NOLA Lending Group, mortgage loans are all they do, every day, all day long. So if you're buying a home or refinancing your existing home, let Southeast Louisiana's local mortgage experts lend you a helping hand. Visit NOLALending.com and get a great rate from great local lenders. At NOLA Lending, a division of Fidelity Bank, your local mortgage loan experts. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hear it first. News, weather, and sports every half hour on WWL AM and FM.
And I'm Bob Mitchell in for Scoot.
Conservatism is not about fear. At its best, the conservative movement is not about division. At its best, the conservative movement is about the belief in fundamental principles of limited government and free enterprise and a strong national defense.
And that's Marco Rubio speaking on CBS's Face the Nation. Donald Trump is calling for him to drop out of the race. Donald Trump says he wants it to be a two-man race between he and Ted Cruz. Would you like that? Is it time for the other two, including Kasich, to drop out and let Cruz and Trump battle it out? 504-260-1870. I'll be with you on the phones in just 1 minute. Let me update everyone on our Big 870 Pretty Jaguar opinion poll question. If you're a Republican and Trump is the eventual nominee, will you vote for him, vote against him, or stay home? And here's how people are casting their votes online. 81% say they will still vote for Trump. 11% say they'll vote for the Democratic nominee, and 8% say they will stay home. So that's about 20% of Republicans who will not vote for Trump if he is the nominee. Let's go to Ronald. Ronald, how are you?
How you doing?
What's on?
How's it going?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say this. I'm an independent, I'm also a Vietnam veteran, and not once have I heard Hillary Clinton talking about taking care of the veterans.
Mm-hmm.
See, Bernie Sanders had. And for Benghazi, I was an officer in the service. And it was despicable when she went before Congress and they were questioning her, and all the Democrats were saying, oh, but she made them look stupid, all this. It's a sad day when we lose an ambassador because they didn't put soldiers in there to protect him, and he had talked to her 2 months prior and said, look, it's dangerous around here. We have jets that can fly from California to New York in 15 minutes, but we couldn't protect our embassy. And lastly, this bird dog case that they're sitting on because the president brought the family in front of the public on the White House line. This guy's a deserter. This will be another blemish, on her. So we are sitting on that court-martial, which that gentleman should have been court-martialed, put out of the service, and done with. And lastly, Flint, Michigan. She owns her and Bill 20% in Walmart. Why didn't they send water to those people and help them out? But she's greedy. And that's all I have to say.
Who are you supporting for president?
Oh, I like Trump, but I've never voted Republican.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Trump, he has some of his ways are childish. I heard somebody say, well, he can't make them build a wall. Guess what? If you shut down their exports that are coming into this country where they can't export, their government is gone. Then they'll say, you know what? That'll cause a trade war. Well, what kind of war do we have? Everything comes in here from China and Mexico. So they're already getting over. So, we are smart enough in this country to build and construct cars. If you go to Cuba, look at the old cars they got there.
So, Ronald, why do you think, even though he is leading the polls, even though he's leading the votes as far as the Republican fan base, why do you think the people like Romney and the establishment is against Trump? I mean, to me, that's kind of insulting.
Well, you know what? It's simple. All of them are rich and they're greedy. Now he's talking about a threat to their livelihood. Romney is a greedy, selfish individual. Once they exposed him, then he was in trouble. The rest of them are the same. Think about it. Why do we have trillion-dollar deficit? It's not just because of President Obama. They voted on this stuff. They take care of the lobbyists. Look at the medical. Like Sanders said, every free country has medical. Why can't we take care of our own people in our country and we pay these doctors and these lobbyists for the medical people billions of dollars?
Gotcha, Ronald.
It's terrible.
Okay, I appreciate your phoning. Let me get to my next call. I'll go to Barry in Bogalusa. Barry, are you a Republican or a Democrat or independent?
Well, I'm a Democrat, but I'd like to speak about Donald Trump for a second.
Sure, go right ahead.
Listen, if he is the guy with the most votes, he should be supported by the conservatives. But I understand that a lot of those conservatives, it's not like the previous caller said, greedy and all this. Some of them just definitely have a problem with the way he come across and the way he present himself. If he's going to be the conservative nominee for the president of the United States, he should act like an adult, a grown man, and stop talking about people's body parts and stop talking about women's femininity and talking about handicapped people and all these insults and all this juvenile stuff. Colin Powell this morning was talking about, I think it was Colin Powell this morning, talking about how the Conservative Party got to act like grown-ups and stop acting like juvenile delinquents. So what I think what should happen is they should support their nominee, and if the conservative want somebody better, if it's a broken convention, let them nominate somebody else and put somebody up there. I don't know what it'll do to the party in the long run, but there it is. Now, concerning Peyton Manning, can I speak on him?
Sure.
Peyton Manning is one of the greatest quarterbacks that ever laced them up. He will be considered, if there was a Mount Rushmore for quarterbacks, I would put him.
That would be neat.
Put him up there,
right.
I would say he's about the fifth or sixth best quarterback behind people like Montana, the people I've already spoke about, Montana and Unitas and Marino and maybe Dan Marino and John Elway, people like that. But outside of that, this does not mean other quarterbacks ahead of him.
Okay, see if you agree with this, because a lot of people are rating the quarterbacks by the number of Super Bowls that they went to. And here's one that says, Super Bowls aren't the only criteria for ranking a quarterback. With that thinking, you'd have to place Trent Dilfer and Flacco over Marino. Yeah, I guess that's one way of looking at it.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. I believe that if that's the case, Terry Bradshaw should be up there. He's got about 5 of them.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's right.
But he don't have that many overall yards compared to some of the other quarterbacks lately. But what I'm saying is that what Peyton Manning has been to the state of Louisiana and what he has been to the NFL, and he and plus what he has done, 18 years of taking NFL hits, and to say that he went out like John Elway, marching off into eternity for a Super Bowl win, and then to play on 2 different teams, that he's the first quarterback in history to have Super Bowl victories on 2 different teams. Hats off to Peyton Manning and his entire family.
All right, Barry, thank you so much. 504-260-1870 if you want to take part of the show. We're talking about Peyton Manning, who retired as a champion today. Where do you rank Manning on the all-time great quarterback list, and how will you best remember Peyton Manning? Also talking about the absolute bare-knuckle fight that's going on inside the Republican Party. What are your thoughts on that? And if you are a Republican and Donald Trump is the eventual nominee, because Donald Trump is leading the race, but yet it looks like the higher-ups in the Republican Party are going to do everything they can to stop him. Now, is that insulting to you as a voter? Are they telling us we don't know what we're talking about? If Donald Trump is the Republican nominee, will you vote for him, vote against him, or stay at home? It's 2:30, and it's time for more WWL First News with Chris Miller.
From our Ladder and Bloom studios, it's WWL First News.
WWL News Time 2:30. I'm Chris Miller on your official weather station, WWL AM, FM, and .com. Louisiana lawmakers have until Wednesday night to close the massive budget shortfall this year. Governor John Bel Edwards says he is hopeful the House approves legislation today that'll call for businesses to pay higher taxes. Peyton Manning has announced his retirement from pro football after an 18-year career, a career that brought him 5 MVP trophies, 2 Super Bowl rings, including his most recent one with the Denver Broncos. Bernie Sanders is accusing Hillary Clinton of mischaracterizing his position on the federal government's 2008 bailout of the auto industry. The Vermont senator said he voted for the rescue of the auto industry in the Senate when it was a standalone issue, but not when it included a bailout for Wall Street. On Wall Street before the half hour, the Dow up 52 points, the Nasdaq down 17, oil up $2 at $37.92 a barrel. In WWL Sports,
the Pelicans wrap up a 3-game homestand tonight and are desperate to earn a victory as they're about to head on a 5-game road trip. Forward Ryan Anderson admits their current 4-game losing skid has been tough for the team to stomach.
You can tend to just not enjoy the game sometimes, because there's a lot of weight on it. So first and foremost, you got to play hard and play the right type of basketball. But, we want to have fun and go out there and compete and play hard and enjoy it.
Well, hopefully the Angry Birds can knock down the Kings tonight at 7 p.m. Sacramento's been watching their playoff chances go down the tubes as well since they've lost 5 of their last 6. Steve Geller, WWL Sports.
Today at 4 on WWL Sports Talk with Bobby Hebert and Deke Bellavia, the Big Chief chats with LSU baseball coach Paul Maneri. And spring in the air, that means football. Spring practice is already here for LSU. How does the Tigers depth chart look for next season? Plus, where do you rank Peyton Manning among the all-time list of NFL quarterbacks? Huddle up at 4 on your station for the Saints and LSU, WWL. In the WWL forecast, upper 70s this afternoon. Lows tonight in the 60s. Rain chances return tomorrow with a 30% chance for spotty showers and a high around 80 degrees. Upper 70s and a 50% chance of rain with some storms Wednesday. It's 75 degrees and mostly cloudy south of the lake, 73 on the North Shore. I'm Chris Miller, WWL First News. Here's WWL traffic.
From the WWL Traffic Center, I'm Bob Frost. Just got word of an accident out in New Orleans East. Once again, you got the right lane blocked on I-10 eastbound on the high-rise bridge due to an accident, and your delays have reached back around the 10-610 merge, and your 610 delays are pretty much back around Elysian Fields. Traffic moving well as you get to the other side of the high-rise bridge. No advisories for the causeway. Bonnie Carey Spillway in good shape. Same for the I-10 inbound and outbound in the west through Kenner and Metairie. Coming in from New Orleans East as you approach the Claiborne flyover, some slowing around Canal Cleveland. And on the Lakebound Expressway, stop-and-go traffic coming off the Crescent City connection around Camp O'Keefe. Traffic brought to you by Southland Plumbing Supply.
Hey, it's Flo, and this is my impression of a coach giving the ultimate pep talk. Listen, the proper technique is going to Progressive.com so you can see Progressive's direct rate with our competitors' rates, even if we're not the lowest, like we practiced. And remember, no matter what happens, the important thing is to try and save some money out there.
Thanks, Coach.
Man, I love this job.
Compare rates and save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations.
Call WWL 504-260-INFO.
I have never lost the sense that people who at times feel powerless, who feel they have no one to represent them, who feel in a lot of ways that nobody stands up for them, see, that's what I've been dedicated to.
That's Governor Kasich. Of course, he's running for the Republican nomination, too. By the way, that was from CBS's Face the Nation. When it comes to Donald Trump, I mean, he's the guy right now that all the focus is on. He's the guy that's stirring the hornet's nest up. He's the guy that at this point is a Republican front runner, but yet a lot of the top party people do not want Donald Trump to win the nomination. So when it comes to Donald Trump, what do you think? Is he the absolute? Is he good? Is he something that as a citizen of the United States that you could see him being a good president, or is he the worst thing that ever happened to politics or the race for president? A lot of people just think he's absolutely terrible and he's bad for the party. So if you are a Donald Trump supporter, if you are a Republican, and Trump is the eventual nominee, will you vote for him, vote against him, or stay at home? You can call me at 504-260-1870. Let's go to Michael in New Iberia. Michael, thank you for calling WWL.
Thank you for having my call. Look, I called in because, I can't get over the show and the premise, and I know you're a broadcaster here and you're trying to provoke thought, but when y'all say, what is the deal about Trump and asking this to people, and I'm like, are you kidding me? No one gets it yet? I mean, do the people out there not get that he's a non-politician, that the people are now understanding how corrupt government is and the establishment and the secret societies that are pulling the strings and buying out politicians and making them do all these things that are not common sense, that are destructive to us? And you wonder why these things are happening. It's because these people are not doing it for the benefit of America and the benefit of our middle class. They're doing it for the benefit of themselves and for the benefit of the establishment who's pulling the strings. Donald Trump is not a politician. Ben Carson wasn't a politician. You might say, well, why didn't people vote for Ben Carson? Well, Trump came out and said the things that will make America great, believe it or not, and that's attacking immigration. That's attacking the Muslim type of immigration that's coming here, along with others. I mean, you can have controlled immigration, but mass immigration is detrimental to your society. It shocks the culture. You can't keep just flooding us with people and expect us all to work organized. It's chaos.
Do you think the reason that the party officials want Trump out is because they can't control him?
Exactly. You don't know that? That's what blows my mind. Is that you don't know that right now they're doing the numbers.
No, I don't think anybody. I mean, we know one thing. We know that Donald Trump has tapped into the emotions of people, and I as a citizen, I'm tired of the politicians too. I'm tired of every time we elect someone, we think it's going to be better, and it's not. And I understand having a non-politician in there. I do think that sometime he needs to calm down a little bit. I do think that I'm getting tired of some of the childish stuff.
And he's being provoked for that. Understand this, that he's taken out of all the tax, he's taken 90% of them. So if someone's coming at you constantly, I think his defense is pretty good. Mm-hmm. He takes it to a level where the guy just backs off. He can't compete with him. So, if you're getting attacked constantly, because that's what politics is, it's not about who's the best guy. What can I do? No, it's not what I can do. It starts just about every candidacy. Election goes with trash being thrown. I always say when they start throwing trash, they're probably not that doggone good.
All right, Michael. Thank you so much. Let me give you an update on our Big 870 Peretti Jaguar opinion poll question. And of course, it's if you're a Republican and Trump is the eventual nominee, will you vote for him, vote against him, or stay home? 82% say they're going to vote for Trump. 11% say they'll vote for the Democratic nominee. Wow. 7% say they will stay home. We will take a break, and then I'll come back to more of your phone calls. This is Bob Mitchell in for Scoot in the afternoon. Scoot will be back tomorrow right here on WWL.
With a Sam's Club membership, you get incredible savings every time you shop. Sam's Club members get a savings book with over $4,000 in exclusive offers. Spring clean with instant savings on products like $40 off a Shark rotator-powered lift-away vacuum with bonus steam mop, $7 off 4-pack Filtree air filters, and $3.50 off OxyClean. Stop by or visit samsclub.com to start spring cleaning with instant savings. Join and save. Sam's Club. Life is better in the club. See club for details.
Day. What's the best deal in town?
GetMyPerks.com/New Orleans.
This is the sound of a University of Phoenix student earning a business degree. What you don't hear is the University of Phoenix student studying in between shifts, in his 2-bedroom apartment, while his children sleep. What you don't hear is this student defying the odds to succeed. Shouldn't that student be the candidate you take a longer look at? University of Phoenix. We rise. Learn more at phoenix.edu.
Are you looking to grow your business? How about generate leads for your sales team? If so, click the banner to learn more about Internet Radio. Entercom Radio has access to over 150 million online users in 23 cities every month. With highly targeted Internet Radio, you have a cost-effective way to extend your brand and create direct response success from the car, smartphone, or tablet. For more information, email radioworks@entercom.com. That's radioworks@entercom.com. Internet Radio works. After all, we got your attention.
Toyota. We've got amazing deals on a bunch of awesome vehicles during our One for Everyone sales event.
One for everyone?
That's right.
Good thing I brought everyone.
Really?
Yep. Kamiko's my BFF, Darren's her boyfriend, Jillian's my sister, she's dating Liam, who used to date Teresa, but they're still friends. Strange, huh? Thomas over there is my coworker. His cousin Izzy gets us into all the hottest places, and Casey, well, he just showed up one day, but he's cool.
Well, Kamiko and Darren could get 0% APR financing, killer lease deals for Jillian and Liam, tons of inventory for his friend, Teresa. Thomas gets super low monthly payments, awesome incentives for cousin Izzy, and Casey and the whole gang get Toyota Care.
Wow, impressive.
Thanks. You got room for one more in your posse?
Absolutely.
Toyota's One for Everyone sales event is on now, but this event ends April 4th. Hurry in today. During Toyota's One for Everyone sales event, qualified buyers get 0% APR for 60 months plus $1,500 special edition cash on a dependable 2016 Tundra Crew Max Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places. Visit gstoffers.com for details. Offers available in select states and end 4/4/16.
Acme Home Insurance.
Yes, I'd like to make a claim.
What are you wanting to claim, sir?
My furnace needs replacing.
Sorry, but your home insurance doesn't cover furnaces.
So what do you cover?
Home damage from things like earthquakes, volcanoes, a zombie apocalypse.
A zombie apocalypse? But that'll never happen.
But if it did, you'd be covered, sir.
But not my furnace?
I'm afraid not.
But his furnace could have been covered with a home warranty from American Home Shield, plus components of 20 other major home systems and appliances, like his electrical system, plumbing, refrigerator, and more. For valuable free information, go to ahs.com or call 1-800-900-9203. Home insurance can cover what might happen.
Zombies are coming!
But a home warranty helps cover what will happen.
Now the dryer won't work.
Life happens. Have a plan. Get a home warranty from American Home Shield. For valuable free information, go to ahs.com. That's ahs.com. Or call 1-800-900-9203. 1-800-900-9203.
What does the farm mean to you? Maybe it's a piece of land for production, crops, or cattle. Or maybe the farm is just a place you can go to relax or enjoy the outdoors. Whatever the farm means to you, First South Farm Credit can help you finance or refinance that perfect piece of land. We've been financing farms and land since 1916 with competitive rates and flexible terms up to 30 years. Our professionals know land and land financing. First South provides fast, friendly turnaround to help you secure your ideal tract of land. The farm could be your next business venture, your next land or timber investment, or perhaps your new getaway. At First South, we will help you know what the farm means to you and make your farm purchase a reality. For more information, go to firstsouthland.com. Equal housing lender.
As New Orleans has the French Quarter, the Big 870, 105.3 FM and WWL.com.
Certainly if Trump gets in, the revolution will be very quick. And Canada will get an enormous amount of refugees.
That's Susan Sarandon. She is, of course, an actress and an activist. And she is basically blaming the media for Trump's popularity. Now, do you blame it on the media? Or do you think he is saying the thing that just a lot of people want to hear? I'll get to the phones in just a second. Let me read a text message here. Contrary to media hype, Trump is not one of the favorites of most Republicans voting in the primary. A fraction of Republican voters vote. Donald Trump is not a favorite among Republicans. He is a favorite of 30 to 35% of Republican voters. Let's get to the phones. We'll go to Don on the North Shore. Don, how are you today?
I'm doing outstanding. Outstanding. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm fine. So what's on your mind?
I was calling about Donald Trump. I am a registered Republican. I have been since I was 18 years old and I signed up to vote. I'm now 43. And the chances of me voting for Donald Trump, if he's the nominee, are very, very unlikely. And this is the reason why. It's not many of the primaries that Donald Trump has won are open state primaries. Mm-hmm. Louisiana is one of the few closed state primaries and or caucuses that he's won. If he wins a majority of the closed primaries, I will consider voting for him because he was chosen by the Republican voters. But when you're chosen not by the Republican voters, but by the independents and the other party members, then you're not the choice of the Republicans, you're the choice of the general public.
Okay.
So I won't vote for him if he doesn't win a majority of the closed primary states. I don't believe that he's a Republican. I don't believe what he's saying. His actions speak louder than his words, and his actions say that he's not going to stop the immigration. He's going to build a wall. Well, is he going to close the gate on the wall, or is he going to leave it open so all of the workers can come in that he keeps hiring?
Well, Don, if you scratch Trump out, who is running for the Republican nomination right now would you support?
I do support, and I did vote for Ted Cruz. On the question of would I vote for, would I abstain from the presidential ballot or vote for the Democrat, that's a tough question, and here's the reason why. If I vote for the Democrat candidate whom I don't like and whom I don't agree with, at least I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm fighting against. With Donald Trump, he flip-flops more than a fish out of water. You don't even know what he stands for.
Should Rubio drop out and let it be between Trump and Cruz?
I don't know. That's a strategic question right now because I think it's going to have to go to a floor fight at the Republican convention up in Ohio. So I think we need to do what's best to keep from winning.
Well, if it is a brokered convention, Romney would be available. Would you go for that?
I might, but here's what I think the best choice would be, and I told you I'm a Ted Cruz supporter.
Okay.
I think the best choice at the convention would be this: if it's a broker convention, put Rubio at the top of the ticket, put someone else at the second of the ticket, or Rubio at the second, someone else, and have a guaranteed nomination for the Supreme Court justice to replace Scalia, that's Ted Cruz.
See, with Rubio, the only thing that I see is that, Cruz keeps beating him. So what makes you think that in a general election he would get more than Cruz?
Because if Cruz, I think he could if it was a guaranteed promise that if whoever the top of the ticket is wins the presidency, and it wasn't Cruz on the ticket, that they nominate Cruz to replace Scalia.
Okay.
That gives long-term conservatism on the court.
All right, real quick, before you go, what's your favorite Peyton Manning memory?
I'm not a big football fan, so I'll say this: my favorite Peyton Manning memory was when I was with the sheriff's office in Lafourche Parish, and I got to work his football camp and meet and hang out at the pool with him, both of his brothers, and his father. I think that was the best memory I had because they were talking everything but football.
My favorite Manning memory is when he threw the interception in the Super Bowl and the Saints won.
I'm going to probably be tortured for this, but I really didn't watch the Super Bowl.
Ooh, Don. I appreciate you phoning in, okay?
Thanks. Have a blessed day, everybody.
All right. Mary, Ron, Bella, hang on. I'll take a break, and I'll come right back to your phone calls on WWL.
Can carpet stand up to wine, chocolate, and even bleach? Life-proof carpet from the Home Depot can. And right now, when you get Life-proof or any other carpet, you save up to $500 on your total carpet project. That's the carpet, the pad, and the installation. This is the next generation of carpet. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid on basic installation through March 23rd. Minimum $500 purchase of carpet and pad. U.S. only.
Are you looking to grow your business? How about generate leads for your sales team? If so, click the banner to learn more about Internet Radio. Entercom Radio has access to over 150 million online users in 23 cities every month. Our listeners are adult, homeowners, your target customers. With highly targeted Internet Radio, you have a cost-effective way to extend your brand and create direct response success from the car, smartphone, or tablet. Get the power of our strong radio brands behind your product. Internet Radio with Entercom can help you reach shoppers via social media, email, radio promotions, e-commerce, websites, mobile, and so much more. New business, new leads, new traffic. Entercom Radio can help build your business. To learn more about Entercom and how Internet Radio can drive new business for you, email radioworks@entercom.com. That's radioworks@entercom.com. Internet Radio works. After all, we got your attention.
When it comes to male enhancement, do you really want to take another blue pill? Of course not. Now there's a red hot pill you can count on, even the very first time you use it. Expertly blended for superior virility, our red hot pill isn't your typical daily slow-acting blue tablet. Start taking red today and feel the difference with your first try. Healthy men report positive effects even after a night of social drinking. So forget that slow-acting blue tablet and join those who proudly take red and enjoy impressive results right now. And I do mean impressive. Even your partner will notice the difference.
Expertly blended for superior virility, one red hot pill is all you need to see what all the fuss is about. Call the I Take Red hotline now to find out how to get your free trial today. Call 800-506-2957. 800-506-2957. Be one of thousands to proudly say, I Take Red. 800-506-2957.
This is the story of two homes. One home is happy.
I feel so pretty.
The other is sad.
Hey, I tell you, look away. I'm hideous. I'm cracking, chipping, peeling. I got paint eczema.
Ooh, and your fascia. Does it hurt?
Oh, sure. It's been years since you've been painted and you're still young and beautiful. But I'm so ugly, I can't keep my fascia out of the gutter. I don't know how much longer I can keep up this facade.
There, friend. Rhino Shield permanent ceramic coating will make your owner fall in love with you all over again. Rhino Shield is perfect for wood, brick, stucco, hardy board, vinyl, even steel. It protects your home from the harsh elements of summer and winter. Won't crack, chip, or peel. Comes with a 25-year transferable warranty and is available in in any color. Oh, sure, this doll over here will never need painting again. She's like Dorian Gray.
No, silly. I'm charcoal gray.
Oh, she's gorgeous and funny. Who knew? Call 877-52-RHINO, 877-52-RHINO, or visit nomoreuglypaint.com.
Rhino Shield.
Earnings vary based on your effort.
Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses right here in New Orleans? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll learn our simple 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Than Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the New Orleans area who want to learn how to make money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. New Orleans is a perfect market for my system, and next week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where you will learn how to make money flipping homes and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Than's workshop, call 1-800-338-8259. Seating is extremely limited. Call in the next 10 minutes and you'll also reserve a free copy of Than's Money for Deals Guide. That's 1-800-338-8259. That's 1-800-338-8259.
It's Camper Show season. Head out to Steve's RV Center and beat the Camper Show rush. The 2016 models are here, and so are the deals. Pick up a J-Flight 264 that sleeps up to 10 for only $139 per month. Need more room? Then you need the J-Flight 267 that has a super slide out for only $167 per month. For all of your RV and camping needs, make the trip to Steve's RV. Take exit 74 of I-12 in Lacombe or visit us at stevesrv.com. All prices are subject to 10% down with approved credit for 144 months.
The bookends to your kitchen or bath with beautiful, durable stone from Campbell Commons.
3-centimeter granite is $39 per square foot installed. Choose from 6 colors. 2-centimeter quartz starts at $42 per square foot installed.
Unique spaces, affordable prices. Visit CampbellCommons.com.
As New Orleans has streetcars on Canal Street. WWL AM and FM.
And I'm Bob Mitchell in for Scoot in the afternoon. Mary, I'll get to your call in just a second, but I want to remind everyone that we know you love Hokie Gajan, and here at WWL, we're like family, and you are our extended family. And you know what Hokie is up against. Battling cancer is one thing, but facing medical bills can make that fight even tougher. So there's a way we can all help. Robert Wilson is our friend at WillServe, created a GoFundMe account with Regions Bank to help Hokie and his family through these challenging times. If you want to make a donation, large or small, go to WWL.com and look on our front page. Help for Hokie is just one click away. Or if you prefer, you can donate by text. Simply text Help Hokie to 870-870. We love you, Hoke. All right, I'm going to get to the call, but I did want to read this one text message, which I think says a lot. The only Democrat I ever voted for was Edwin Edwards when he was in a runoff against David Duke. Trump is like Duke in this way. Right message, but wrong messenger. Do you agree with that? Is this the problem here? Right message, but wrong messenger? Let's go to Mary. Mary, thank you for calling WWL.
Hi, Bob. For my first thought is about the tobacco tax. I think it's unfair, and I think that all those smokers need to get together and file a big discrimination suit against the state, because every time they raise taxes, they pick on the smokers. It's one particular group. I know they're raising it on alcohol, but it's a fraction of a penny compared to what I don't smoke, but I just think it's unfair what they're doing, because, this guy gets in office and he's handing out free money, free checks to people between 18 and 49. He's giving all his staff raises. He's giving teachers raises, which I have nothing against teachers, but it's just the fact he's spending money like it's going out of style, and then he wants to hit us up for more money. It's not right. And it just, like I said, there's a lot of things out there that's bad for you. Alcohol, a lot of fattening food, just all kind of stuff that's bad for you, but yet they pick on the smokers every time.
So you think they should put a tax on fast food then instead of cigarettes?
Why not? It'll throw you into a heart attack. It's just as bad as anything else. As far as Trump, I think you'll see a change in Trump when they pick a nominee, when they finally get, he's toying with them right now. Not that he's not taking it serious, but he's toying with them just like they're toying with him. They told him and now they're not doing it. It's not right with it.
Do you think he's going to become the nominee at this point?
I don't know. I hope he does, but the way that they're trying so hard to destroy him, I just don't know. My second choice would probably be Ted Cruz. But as far as him being conservative, they keep saying he's not a conservative, None of the conservatives in the House or the Senate are conservative right now. So what's the difference? For 240 years, we've been doing the same thing, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to try something new. It's time to try something different. Give him a shot. He can't do no worse than what's in there right now.
You think he's going to get it?
I hope he does.
All right. Appreciate your calling.
It'll be something different.
All right. Let's go to Ron. Ron, thank you for calling WWL.
Hey, Bob. How's it going?
Fine. So you want to answer our opinion poll?
I just want to say something about your opinion poll.
Sure.
I would just be curious to know how many Democrats, if Hillary won the nomination, would move over and vote Republican.
Well, that's the next question I was going to ask, in that if you are a Bernie supporter and Hillary wins, will you support Hillary, or will you switch over and vote Republican?
Yeah, because it sounded like you were a little bit surprised at the 11% that Republicans would vote Democrat. I'm just curious, if Hillary won, what the percentage of Democrats would go Republican. And it's a damn shame that McCain didn't run again.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I don't like any of the candidates, to be quite honest.
All right, I'm going to add that to our WWL talk table. If you're supporting Bernie and Hillary wins, will you switch over and vote Republican? This is really a very interesting time in politics, because I find that I'm not really a true political fan, but boy, I've watched every debate and I watch the news every night just to see what's going to happen next.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for calling, Ron. All right, if you're on hold, I'll be with you right after the top of the hour news. I'm Bob Mitchell in for Scoot in the afternoon, and you're listening to the Big 870, WWL, AM, FM, and .com.
The news, talk, and sports leader. The Big 870 WWL New Orleans. 105.3 WWL FM and HD1 Kenner, New Orleans. And WWL.com.
WWL First News. It's 3 o'clock. I'm Chris Miller on your official weather station, WWL, AM, FM, and .com. Upper 70s this afternoon. Mild in the evening.
This evening, temperatures will be falling through the 70s, eventually into the 60s. Still a pretty nice night.
Channel 4 meteorologist Alexander Cranford goes from mild to wild with a pinpoint forecast. Heavy rain coming later in the week. We're getting closer to the deadline of the special session, which ends Wednesday night, and lawmakers are scrambling as they try and come up with a plan to address the state's massive budget deficit.
There's talk now about raising the state's 4-cent sales tax by as much as 2 cents. But Governor Edwards says the tax burden needs to be spread out, impacting businesses too.
And that's the way the administration plan was configured and given to the legislature, and unfortunately they have not acted on that plan as a whole.
It appears that lawmakers are about $150 to $200 million short of what's needed to fill the budget hole for the fiscal year, which will end the last day of June.
New Orleans police are searching for a gunman who they say shot a man in the thigh at the corner of Canal Street and Elk Place early this afternoon. The latest shooting, that busy part of Canal Street, several RTA streetcar and bus routes converge at that area. Louisiana native Peyton Manning today tearfully announced that it's time to hang up his cleats. WWL's Michelle Southern talked to one of Manning's New Orleans teammates.
Nelson Stewart, Manning's high school teammate and current head coach at Isidore Newman, says Manning helped evolve the NFL into the passing league it's become.
You see how the game's changed. You can see it in New Orleans all over with, more spread formations, the way teams are attacking coverages. He helped transform the league. And he's been such a good face, good character guy to the league for so long.
In his retirement speech, Manning said he wants to thank the people of New Orleans and South Louisiana because they support their own team, but they also support their own.
The funeral for former First Lady Nancy Reagan will be held Friday at the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library in Simi Valley, California. The Ronald Reagan Presidential Foundation announced today that Nancy Reagan will lie in repose for public visitation Wednesday and Thursday. Mrs. Reagan died yesterday at the age of 94. New polls show where the GOP race stands, with several key contests coming up over the next 8 days. Here's CBS's Stephen Portnoy.
Ahead of tomorrow's voting in Michigan, a Monmouth University poll there puts Donald Trump 13 points ahead of
Ted Cruz. John Kasich, who's banking on a good Midwestern showing, places a close third in this Michigan poll. Kasich's home state of Ohio votes a week from tomorrow. So does Florida, and a new Monmouth poll there puts Trump ahead of Marco Rubio by 8 points. Opponents are spending millions to defeat Trump, a fact he noted today in North Carolina.
Every time I turn, I see a commercial about Trump, Trump, Trump.
Cruz supporters are also on the air with ads targeting Rubio, aiming to get him out of the race. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
In the recently concluded Louisiana presidential primaries, it was Republicans and Democrats. In Pennsylvania, there are Republicans, Democrats, and apparently a write-in option, as we hear from reporter James Garrity.
In Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, there are more than 860,000 registered voters. Most of them are Democrats, about half as many are Republicans. And as for the rest, well, 10 people are registered to the Halloween party. 3 people are registered Jedis. 1 person is a registered pirate. There are 9 people in the birthday party. 1 person makes up the wild party, while 2 people are in the prohibition party. 2 people are registered as no longer in use, and 30 people are registered as not sure. James Garrity, CBS News, Pittsburgh.
On Wall Street, as stock trading approached the closing bell, the Dow up 38 points, NASDAQ down 16, oil up $2 at $37.92 a barrel. In WWL Sport,
the LSU football team begins spring practice today. On offense, the Bayou Bengals need to find 2 new starting tackles as last year's starters Gerald Hawkins and Vidal Alexander are getting ready for the NFL Draft. Tiger Rag Associate Editor James Moran says soon-to-be sophomore Toby Weathersby has a chance to be a starting tackle.
What I know they're going to do is look for the 5 best linemen. And with the 2 guys returning at guard, I mean, you got to figure that someone's going to play tackle. So I'm looking to see if it's guys moving around or if it's someone like Weathersby moving up from the backup ranks to becoming a starter.
And the Pelicans need a win in the worst way tonight against the Kings. The Birds are out to snap a 4-game skid when things tip off at 7 p.m. versus Sacramento in the Smoothie King Center. Steve Geller, WWL Sports.
Today at 4 on WWL Sports Talk with Bobby Hebert and Deke Bellavia, the Big Chief chats with LSU baseball coach Paul Maneri. And with spring in the air, that means football. Spring practice is already here for LSU. How does the Tigers' depth chart look for next season? Plus, where do you rate Peyton Manning on the all-time list of NFL quarterbacks? Huddle up with the pros. Weekdays at 4 on your station for the Saints and LSU, WWL. Weather and traffic next. WWL News Time 3:05.
With a Sam's Club membership, you get incredible savings every time you shop. Sam's Club members get a savings book with over $4,000 in exclusive offers. Spring clean with instant savings on products like $40 off a Shark rotator-powered lift-away vacuum with bonus steam mop, $7 off 4-pack Filtree air filters, and $3.50 off OxyClean. Stop by or visit samsclub.com to start spring cleaning with instant savings. Join and save. Sam's Club. Life is better in the club. See club for details.
Are you looking to grow your business? How about generate leads for your sales team? If so, click the banner to learn more about Internet Radio. Entercom Radio has access to over 150 million online users in 23 cities every month. With highly targeted Internet Radio, you have a cost-effective way to extend your brand and create direct response success from the car, smartphone, or tablet. For more information, email radioworks@entercom.com. That's radioworks@entercom.com. Internet Radio works. After all, we got your attention.
UL News Time 3:06. Here's Channel 4 meteorologist Alexandra Cranford.
This evening, look for a mixture of clouds and sunshine. Temperatures will be falling into the 60s after sunset. Overnight lows tonight near about 62. Mostly cloudy tonight, just a 10% rain chance. Tomorrow, temperatures soar to near 80 degrees for the high. It'll be mostly cloudy and breezy with a 30% chance for some spotty showers. And Wednesday's the day that we're looking for the heavier rain to start. It'll move in during the day into the evening with highs near 78. A few strong storms and some heavy rain will be possible. From the Pinpoint Forecast Center, I'm WWL TV meteorologist Alexandra Cranford.
75 degrees, mostly cloudy at the airport in Kenner. Cloudy and 73 on the North Shore. At 73 degrees uptown, 72 at the lakefront. I'm Chris Miller, WWL First News. WWL traffic.
From the WWL Traffic Center, I'm Bob Frost, and we had an earlier accident on the I-10 eastbound on the high-rise bridge. They've cleared that out. However, delays have already picked up. We got them back around Elysian Fields on the I-610, and on the I-10, delays there back around the 10-610 merge. And as you come in from New Orleans East, headed to the CBD, stop-and-go traffic around Orleans Avenue, and from the west bank to the east bank of the Crescent City Connection, inside the old toll plaza. And looking the west on the I-10, no problems crossing the Bonnie Carey Spillway. Also looking good inbound and outbound in the west on the I-10 through Kenner and Metairie. No problems at the Huey Long Bridge, and no advisories posted for the Causeway Bridge. And your traffic brought to you by Burger King with their double cheeseburger.
Hey, welcome to Burger King.
What do you got going on with the 2 for $5 deal today?
How about the deal on Burger King's new extra long buttery cheeseburger?
I gotta get the deal.
Yes, you do, big winner.
The new extra long buttery cheeseburger from Burger King. Now just 2 for $5. Restrictions apply.
Have a traffic tip? Call WWL 504-260-INFO.
From WWL, the news, talk, and sports leader, it's Scoot in the Afternoon, where politics and pop culture meet your opinions. Call 504-260-1870, text 870-870, or tweet at ScootWWL. Now, live from our Ladder and Bloom studios in the heart of the Crescent City, here's Scoot in the Afternoon.
Well, it's me, Bob Mitchell, for Scoot in the Afternoon. Scoot's on vacation today. He will be back tomorrow. Here's what we're talking about this final hour of Scoot in the Afternoon. We're talking, of course, about the presidential election, talking about Peyton Manning, talking about a new tax on cigarette smoking. If you're just tuning in, I don't know if you followed what's been going on, but if it were a boxing match, I'm talking about Saturday's race for the nomination, it would be called a split decision between Republican Donald Trump and Ted Cruz in the latest round of presidential voting. Trump is still the front runner in the delegate count. He bagged Kentucky and Louisiana on Saturday. Cruz submitted his claim to the Trump alternative. He captured Kansas and Maine. A couple of questions that I'd like your response to. Trump said it's time for Marco Rubio to drop out, but Rubio's not about to do that. So would you like to see Rubio drop out, and then it becomes between Trump and Cruz? Also, if you are a Republican and Donald Trump is your party's presidential nomination, because there's a lot of pressure on people. I mean, the heads of the Republican Party are just ripping him to shreds, which I wonder, you rip someone to shreds, and then if they become the nominee, then people are going to start thinking about that in the general election. But if you are a Republican and Donald Trump is your party's presidential nomination, will you vote for Trump, sit the election out, or will you vote for Hillary? Got a great idea from a caller right before we went to the top of the hour. And if you vote for Hillary or Bernie, especially people who are voting for Bernie, because you talk about a difference between Bernie and Hillary. But let's say, for instance, hypothetically, you were going to vote for Bernie, and Bernie does not get the nomination. Will you support Hillary, or will you reach over and vote for the Republican? 504-260-1870. A quick text message, then I'll be back to the phones. Trump has them running scared. He's not a politician and won't play their game. The more they criticize him, the more they expose their own agenda. Here's another one. I'm not a Republican, but I think it would be good to have a non-politician in office. Also, we're talking about Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning has decided to retire a champion. So how will you best remember Peyton Manning, and where do you rate Manning on the all-time great quarterback list? Let's go to Bella. Bella, thank you for calling. What part of Florida are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pensacola.
All right, and what's going on today?
Just hearing all this, I've never been so disgusted of seeing the newspaper writing stories and the cartoonists for the newspapers writing horrible things about Donald Trump. I met Donald Trump a long time ago, maybe a little 30 years ago, and the things that we discussed, I found out that he was honest. I didn't know him, he didn't know me, but I brought some things up talking with him. And Donald Trump is not a politician, and we don't need a politician. I lived in Louisiana for 48 years. My husband's dead because of politicians and some of the business people. And I just think we need somebody that doesn't have to follow suit to what they say, otherwise they don't get reelected.
What about the way he acts? Some people say he's not acting presidential. Do you have a problem with him getting a little childish sometime? I mean, the last debate I thought was a disgrace.
Well, sometimes he has a little bit of I would call a potty mouth, and he needs to get to be a little bit more, but they go after him. I mean, have you seen all the ads and cartoons that are about him? And I think people are afraid to elect him. Certain people are, because for fear he'll stop all the grafts under the table.
Well, what kind of commercials are they running in Florida right now for Rubio?
There's a lot of commercials. There's various of them. There's Hillary Clinton, Sanders. They all get on the commercial about vote for this, and Hillary coming and saying, "Oh, Donald's not any good. He doesn't know anything." And it's just, it's just disgusting. All these things, and the cartoons that are in the paper show Donald like somebody beat him up with his hair flying around, and an elephant standing behind him saying, "I got your back." It's just, I'm disgusted with it. I'm a senior. And I have never seen things like this in my life.
Well, do you think the more that they pick on him, the more they criticize him, I'm talking about, Republican officials, the stronger it makes him?
I have a feeling it does. People are beginning to realize nobody knew actually what was going on unless people got a little bit involved in things. And I think they're beginning to realize, I didn't know that. Maybe this man will do it. Mm-hmm. And knowing Donald Trump, he wants to say, "I made America wonderful," which he has said. And I think that's where he's going for. He wants to make the country to come back.
Bella, since you were in Louisiana for all this time, were you a fan of Peyton Manning?
I knew Peyton's family, not well, but I knew Peyton's family, and they were wonderful. I love them all. Archie and the boys and everybody, what a wonderful, good family they are. But I have to say, I'm a Drew Brees and a fan of Drew Brees. I can't help but say anything else. And I know Peyton Manning, he deserves whatever he's earned.
Let me ask you this question. As far as your friends and the people you talk to, who is going to win the election on the 15th? Is it going to be Rubio or Trump or Cruz?
I think it might be with Trump and Cruz.
You think Trump will be number one and Cruz will be number two?
I think so.
Do people that unhappy with Rubio?
Well, I don't know what it is with Rubio. He's kind of backed off a little bit, and I just don't know. I don't know. I like him, but of the two, he and Cruz, I like Cruz a lot better.
Well, I liked Rubio for a while, but I think when he started trying to take and outdo Donald Trump and act like a child himself, I think that pushed him way back. I think he finished in third place just about everywhere.
Yes. Yes, I think so, too. And the things that Donald Trump is trying to say, maybe some people are realizing that, well, maybe he knows. I don't want a politician to come into office and follow all the rest of them. I want somebody that wants to change the stuff. Our country has been terrible.
I got you, Bella. Thank you so much, okay?
You're very welcome.
All right. Let's go to Matt. Matt, thank you for calling WWL.
Hey, how you doing? I'm really happy to be talking, and I really hope that I do my political science degree at Tulane justice when I say what I'm going to say here.
Sure.
Okay. First off, looking at Marco Rubio and looking at people like Ted Cruz, I think that the country has forgotten the fact that junior senators do not make good executives. And what I mean by that is if you are a first-term or even a second-term senator, that's not really a qualification to be holding an executive branch or an executive office, in my opinion. People like John Kasich, on the other hand, and governors just in general, have performed generally relatively well, I think, as far as doing the executive job, because they've actually had experience in doing the thing. People like Clinton and both Bushes, Reagan, Carter. I mean, these are all former governors. There's a reason why they have a relatively acceptable track record, regardless of where you stand on either one of these people's politics.
But it seems, though, that a lot of people right now, especially in the Republican Party, do not want another politician in office. They want an outsider.
Absolutely. But we're mistaking the fact that the idea of being an outsider is the fact that it's how close you are to Washington. Now, if you are a senator yes, you have an office in Washington. If you are a governor, you don't have an office in Washington.
Good point.
And
Matt.
that's something that nobody's really considering. You absolutely want somebody and need somebody that has some sort of experience in politics. That's ridiculous to even consider, which is why the Trump thing, in my opinion, is just ridiculous. And I do not believe that man is going to be the next president.
But Kasich, do you think Kasich is too far back to catch up at this point?
Unfortunately, I do. I do think he's too far back. I think he would be the right man for the job because, again, he has executive experience. He has experience in politics, but he doesn't have experience in politics in what? Well, that's not true. Let me take that back because he did work for the Bush cabinet, I believe, the Bush administration. But still, he was not an elected senator or congressman. He had a different role, just like Hillary had. She was elected into the Senate, but after that, she also still worked in the executive branch in the cabinet of Barack Obama, which makes her more qualified than a junior senator.
Gotcha. Matt, I have to take a break, but before I go real quick, how will you best remember Peyton Manning?
Good football player. Wish he was a better person.
You don't think Peyton Manning's a good person?
Well, I wasn't really a fan of what happened in his university. I didn't think that was okay what he did to that woman, and I think that her career clearly suffered for it.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. Got to go to my break. I'll be right back. Phone lines are open. Got a bunch of lines open if you want to phone in and take part of the show. 260-1870.
Now, another traffic update on the Big 870 WWL and WWL on FM at 105.3.
From the WWL Traffic Center, I'm Bob Frost. As you make your way out to the west on the I-10 to Metairie and Kenner, got a little slowdown on the Lakebound Expressway around West End. And now, after you pass the Parish Line, traffic moves well out to Metairie, problem-free through Kenner, and looking good getting on the Bonnie Carey Spillway. Still heavy traffic headed out New Orleans east to the high-rise. Slow and go traffic there around the 10-610 merge on the I-10. Elysian Fields on the 610. Slowing through the Claiborne flyover coming in from the east headed to the CBD. And from the west bank to the east bank of the Crescent City connection now inside General de Gaulle. Problem free on the Spillway and got some slow and go traffic on the I-310 southbound through the construction zone. Traffic brought to you by La Bella Vita Laser and Vein Center.
This is the sound of a University of Phoenix student earning a business degree. What you don't hear is the University of Phoenix student studying in between shifts, in his 2-bedroom apartment, while his children sleep. What you don't hear is this student defying the odds to succeed. Shouldn't that student be the candidate you take a longer look at? University of Phoenix. We rise. Learn more at phoenix.edu.
WL 504-260-info.
Are you looking to grow your business? How about generate leads for your sales team? If so, click the banner to learn more about Internet Radio. Entercom Radio has access to over 150 million online users in 23 cities every month. Our listeners are adult, homeowners, your target customers. With highly targeted Internet Radio, you have a cost-effective way to extend your brand and create direct response success from the car, smartphone, or tablet. Get the power of our strong radio brands behind your product. Internet Radio with Entercom can help you reach shoppers via social media, email, radio promotions, e-commerce, websites, mobile, and so much more. New business, new leads, new traffic. Entercom Radio can help build your business. To learn more about Entercom and how Internet Radio can drive new business for you, email radioworks@entercom.com. That's radioworks@entercom.com. Internet Radio works. After all, we got your attention.
Board-certified physician, I've seen recent reports showing an alarming increase in the number of men who are suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE. Erectile dysfunction is a condition that no man should have to accept. As a doctor, I've been treating men with erectile dysfunction and PE successfully for more than 20 years. Our doctors know that a great sex life is just one office visit away, no matter what your age or medical history, even if you have prostate problems or diabetes. If Viagra and Cialis have let you down, our local doctors can help almost any man with a custom blend of safe prescription medications. There's no surgery, and best of all, it's guaranteed to work on your first visit, or the medication and visit are both free.
Appointments are filling fast. Call the Huntington Medical Clinic right now. 504-222-2095. That's 504-222-2095. Call 504-222-2095. 504-222-2095.
What does the farm mean to you? Maybe it's a piece of land for production, crops, or cattle. Or maybe the farm is just a place you can go to relax or enjoy the outdoors. Whatever the farm means to you, First South Farm Credit can help you finance or refinance that perfect piece of land. We've been financing farms and land since 1916 with competitive rates and flexible terms up to 30 years. Our professionals know land and land financing. First South provides fast, friendly turnaround to help you secure your ideal tract of land. The farm could be your next business venture, your next land or timber investment, or perhaps your new getaway. At First South, we will help you know what the farm means to you and make your farm purchase a reality. For more information, go to firstsouthland.com. Equal housing lender.
If you have sleep apnea and you're tired of dragging around your big, bulky home CPAP device wherever you travel, what I'm about to tell you may sound too good to be true. MiniCPAP.com now offers a portable device that's as small as a soda can and weighs less than a pound. Even better, you can try Transcend absolutely risk-free for a full 10 days. Call us now, 1-800-500-9785. Transcend is the world's first portable mini CPAP device. It gives you the freedom to sleep in total comfort anywhere you are. For even more freedom, you can add a battery that's as tiny as a deck of cards. Transcend is so small and so light you can fit it in your briefcase or purse to use anywhere you go. It's FAA compliant too, so you can even sleep comfortably while flying. It's true. You can enjoy the freedom to sleep comfortably anywhere, anytime you want. Call minicpap.com now for your 10-day in-home trial. 1-800-500-9785. That's 1-800-500-9785.
Get set to save now at your local Kubota dealer. Take command of your lawn with a new Kubota Commander Zero-Turn Mower. Get commercial-grade performance and a full 4-year factory warranty at a price you can afford. Now get special promotional pricing of $38.99 and 0 down, 0% APR with long-term financing. Now through March 31st, 2016. Call toll-free 1-888-465-8268 for details about costs and terms.
Visit LouisianaKubotaDealers.com.
As New Orleans is chilling on the lakefront, the Big 870, 105.3 FM and WWL.com.
And I'm Bob Mitchell in for Scoot in the afternoon. A couple of things we are talking about this afternoon. How will you best remember Peyton Manning? Where do you rate Manning on the all-time great quarterback list? We have a new Big 870 Pretty Jaguar opinion poll question. Since cigarette smoking is an addiction, is it right to continue to put this burden of increased taxes on the back of smokers? You can go to WWL.com and cast your vote. I'll get to the phones in just a quick minute, but I did find a good text message here I wanted to read. If Trump is elected president, Cruz should replace Scalia, and Kasich should be budget director. Treasury Secretary should be Christie. Attorney General should be Carson. Interesting. Let's go to... Carson, Surgeon General. All right, let's go to Alan in Mississippi. Alan, thank you for calling WWL. Alan, are you with me? I guess Alan's not there. So, Zach, that means you're up. How are you? Hey, Zach.
Hey, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing fine. But what do you think about this mess that's going on in the Republican Party with Trump leading, and yet a lot of the party officials like Romney are trying to just derail him?
Yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. I'm glad to say that I voted for him this Saturday. And I look beyond that. They just want, they're all going to go after each other, mainly after him because he's the front runner, so they can get votes and try to get the nomination. But the reason that the evidence that I have that why I support Trump is that I understand why he wants to bring Spanish, by the way, why he wants to build a wall. He doesn't offend me in that. You got to control illegals. I'm always saying for that. That for years I've been seeing that as a huge problem. When I was in the construction business, they brought the biddings down. And it's still to today the same way. And also I support that he said that he wants grade competition in healthcare. And the reason I say that is I don't carry healthcare. And I got punished. And I look at it, I got stolen $717 out of my federal tax refund because I didn't have healthcare. Now my daughter and my wife have it through her job.
Mm-hmm.
But I should have an option. I don't care if you have government programs to help others. I know people need help and all that. But don't force me. That's not freedom.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And then you're going to punish me.
Zach, you there? Zach's phone, I think, cut out. So we'll go to Alan. Alan, thank you for calling WWL.
Bob.
I'm here.
Bob,
yes.
you there?
I'm
okay.
here, bud.
Do you eat fast foods? I know you do because you like your cheeseburgers and you go through McDonald's, right?
Every now and then, yes.
Yeah, you do. I know you do because you told me you did. But so do you want them taxes to go up like that lady called and said that she wanted that to go up instead of the cigarette taxes?
No, I don't want that.
I don't want that either. I don't smoke, and I sure the hell don't want my food to go up.
Do you think it's, since cigarette smoking is considered an addiction, is it right to continue to put this burden on the smokers?
No, but don't mess with my food.
Right now, 63% say it's right to continue putting the burden on smokers, and 37% say no.
Okay, so what do you think? Do you want? I know I'm not supposed to ask you the questions, but do you think that they, do that to the food people or do it to the cigarette people?
Well, I don't want it done to the food people, and I'm sure cigarette people don't want it put on them. I have my own thoughts on cigarettes. That's something I really cannot understand, and I've mentioned it many times on the air. It's a product that kills people. It's a product that gives people cancer. If you buy a pack of cigarettes, it says, that it can kill you. We say that we're going to raise the taxes to keep people from smoking. So maybe we should just ban cigarettes if it's that unhealthy.
You could go out your front door and get killed, Mr. Bob.
Right. You're right.
I mean, anything could happen. But why don't we just let Romney pay for it?
So what are your thoughts on what's going on in the Republican Party right now? Do you think when these party officials like Romney will come out and really dog Trump and just beat him to shreds, do you think that helps him, or does it make people give voting for him a second thought?
Man, Donald Trump is going to whip butt. Donald Trump is going to be the man, and y'all just got to learn to accept it. I mean, you sound very mixed up with Donald Trump, or very aggravated with Donald Trump.
I don't.
But let me tell you something. Go ahead.
I don't know who I'm going to vote for. I'm getting a little tired of his, calling people liars and that kind of stuff. That's starting to rub on me a little bit.
It's politics. I mean, it's politics. That's what. If he don't ruffle the airways and he don't say the stuff he does, he don't get the publicity.
So everything's fair then?
Everything's all fair game. I mean, so you're saying that ain't fair for him to say what he's got to say?
I would like to see them back off the personal insults and talk about issues and how they're going to change things when they get to Washington. That's just me.
So I like a politician who's going to say what's on his mind. I don't want anybody that's going to hold things back. That's what we had in the past. Everything's going to hold things back. You can't have that.
All right, Alan, I got to go to news. It's time for more WWL First News with Chris Miller.
From our Ladder and Bloom studios, it's WWL First News.
WWL News Time is 3:30. I'm Chris Miller on your official weather station, WWL, AMFM.com. With the Wednesday deadline fast approaching, the House and Senate are trying to strike a deal to keep from cratering Louisiana's budget, but House Republicans have rejected several tax measures in the Senate. House Democrats and Governor John Bel Edwards had hoped could be used to drum up new money for the Treasury. The National Weather Service says a large storm system could bring heavy rain and the possibility of tornadoes to the Deep South this week. Some areas from Louisiana to Alabama could see up to a foot of rain. Peyton Manning says he can look back at his NFL career knowing he always gave everything he had to help his team win. Today he told reporters there may have been other players more talented, but there was no one who was more prepared, and because of that, Manning said he has no regrets as he retires. On Wall Street, mixed results as another jump in the price of crude oil brought energy companies back into favor. The Dow closed up 67 points. The Nasdaq dropped 8 points. Oil up $2.08 at $38 a barrel. Here's Steve Geller with WWL Sports.
The Pelicans are in the pits currently as they've lost 4 in a row and sit 7 games out of the 8th and final playoff spot in the Western Conference. Since making the postseason is a major long shot, forward Ryan Anderson was asked what the team's playing for right now.
You just got to be professional. You just have to play hard. We have to play together. We have to move the ball. We got to play great defense. At least just build for something, for pride.
The prideful Pels host Sacramento at 7 p.m. tonight. The Kings are 0-2 against the Birds this season. Steve Geller, WWL Sports.
This afternoon on Sports Talk with Bobby Hebert and Deke Bellavia, the Big Chief chats with LSU baseball coach Paul Maneri. And with spring in the air, that means football. Spring practice already here for LSU. How does the Tigers depth chart look next season? And where do you rank Peyton Manning on the all-time list of NFL quarterbacks? Huddle up with the pros weekdays at 4 on the station for the Saints and LSU WWL. In the WWL forecast, upper 70s this afternoon, lows tonight in the 60s. Rain chances return tomorrow with a 30% chance for spotty showers and a high around 80 degrees. Upper 70s and a 50% chance of rain with some storms Wednesday night. 75, cloudy at the airport in Kenner, mostly sunny, 72 north of the lake. I'm Chris Miller, WWL First News. WWL Traffic.
From the WWL Traffic Center, I'm Bob Frost, and as you make your way out New Orleans east to the high-rise bridge, we got stop-and-go traffic now around the 10-610 merge on the I-10 and back to Broad on the 610. Now as you make your way from New Orleans east on the 610 headed to Metairie, stop-and-go traffic around City Park and coming in from New Orleans east to the CBD. You got slow-and-go traffic back around Orleans, inside General de Gaulle from the west bank to the east bank of the Crescent City connection, Riverbound Expressway adjacent to the Smoothie King Center. No advisories for the Causeway, Bonnie Carey Spillway in good shape. Same for the twin spans and the Huey Long Bridge. Traffic brought to you by the National World War II Museum. WL 504-260-INFO.
Join Don Dubuque for Louisiana's Great Outdoors, Saturday mornings 5 to 7 on WWL.
And I'm Bob Mitchell in for Scoot in the afternoon. Our Big 870 Pretty Jaguar opinion poll question: since cigarette smoking is an addiction, is it right to continue to put the burden of increased taxes on the back of smokers? In case you haven't heard, smoking in Louisiana will cost more money starting April 1. The state Senate voted by a wide margin for a 22% per pack cigarette tax and gave the House-approved bill final legislation passage. Governor John Bel Edwards supports the tax increase sponsored by Walter Leger. It was one of many taxes pushed by the Democratic governor in a special session to help balance Louisiana's budget. The cigarette tax will rise from 86 cents per pack to $1.08 a pack. The change will bring in about $11 million for this year's budget and about $46 million annually. So are you for this? We're also talking about the big fight that's going on in the Republican Party. It's getting crazy. I mean, it's like one of those wrestling matches. Mitt Romney, I think he made this announcement Sunday. No. It was earlier than Sunday. That's right, because I remember listening to it and just kind of took my breath away that one party member would attack another one this viciously. Mitt Romney, the party's nominee for 2012, attacked Donald Trump as a fraud, as a phony who would drive the country to the point of collapse. He's playing the American public for suckers, Mr. Romney said. He has neither the temperament nor the judgment to be president. He added as soon as he was finished, Senator John McCain, the party's standard bearer in 2008, endorsed Romney and denounced Mr. Trump. Now, do you agree with them, or do you think it's just sour grapes? Let's go to Zach. Zach, thank you for calling WWL. Zach, what do you think? Do you agree with them, or do you think it's just sour grapes?
Well, like I was saying before, I'm driving, that's why we got cut off. I don't agree with the personal tax and all that, and whoever is the front runner, yeah, you can talk and debate the issues and all that, but if I'm attacked anywhere, of course, personally, you got to defend yourself. But I don't agree with Rom. I never did like him. I thought he was weak the whole time.
Okay, see if you agree with this text message. Republicans need to remember that one of the reasons that Obama was elected was because a lot of them didn't vote because they didn't like the Republican nominee, so they didn't vote. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I believe a lot of them stayed home. I think the evangelical Christians didn't vote for him. because of his Mormonism, and then the stuff that was coming out about his wealth and what he did in his state with the health care. And that's why I disagree with Hillary and Bernie, because they're saying they're going to tax the 1% in this country. Now, you know, and I know, common sense. Who is the tax burden going to fall on? Those, if they start trying to free college up, and just like with the health care. If you don't support it, you're going to end up getting a farm. And it's not, that's socialism. I mean, this is a free country. We should be, I went to college.
Well, Zach's had a hard time staying in touch with us. Okay, I'll take another call before we take our break. We'll go to Hank. Hank in Mandeville, how are you?
How you doing this afternoon? The cigarette tax. I mean, 22 cents a pack of cigarettes is kind of steep. I mean, I thought there's other avenues they could have addressed, like taxing alcohol sales after 12 o'clock at night, because that's really hurting our insurance policies as a resident of the state. I mean, that's why our insurance policies are through the roof, because we let people drink after 2 o'clock in the morning.
But I think, go ahead.
I think they should put a higher tax on alcohol consumed, let's say after 12 o'clock at night. Make it a 20% tax on $1 or something. I mean, if you're going to hang out 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning drinking, you might as well pay for it. Most of them won't know anyway.
I did read something about the cigarette tax that kind of startled me. We are not very high in the nation. I think Louisiana, when it comes to the cigarette tax, is only ranked 33. So other states have a lot higher cigarette tax than we do.
Yes. Well, but I think we should try and lower our insurance and auto insurances by trying to cut people back on drinking, as we're trying to cut people back on smoking with taxes. Start trying to cut them back on drinking with taxes.
Gotcha. Hank, real quick before we go to our next break, what's your best memory, and how do you rank Peyton Manning as a quarterback in the NFL?
I thought he was one of the better quarterbacks in our league. He's always knew what to say, knew how to handle himself, never did nothing that was detrimental to his team or his family or anything. So I think he was a quality person.
Gotcha. I appreciate you phoning in, Hank. All right, if you're a Republican and Trump is the eventual nominee, I mean, they're trying to wrestle the nomination from him, but if you're a Republican, Trump is the eventual nominee, will you vote for him? Or will you vote against him, by voting Democrat, or will you just sit it out and stay home? 504-260-1870. And since cigarette smoking is an addiction, is it right to continue to put this burden of increased taxes on the back of smokers, because cigarette taxes are going up again? We have a lot of lines open, 504-260-1870. I'm Bob Mitchell in for Scoot in the afternoon on WWL.
With a Sam's Club membership, you get incredible savings every time you shop. Sam's Club members get a savings book with over $4,000 in exclusive offers. Spring clean with instant savings on products like $40 off a Shark rotator-powered lift-away vacuum with bonus steam mop, $7 off 4-pack Filtree air filters, and $3.50 off OxyClean. Stop by or visit samsclub.com to start spring cleaning with instant savings. Join and save. Sam's Club. Life is better in the club. See club for details.
Are you looking to grow your business? How about generate leads for your sales team? If so, click the banner to learn more about Internet Radio. Entercom Radio has access to over 150 million online users in 23 cities every month. With highly targeted Internet Radio, you have a cost-effective way to extend your brand and create direct response success from the car, smartphone, or tablet. For more information, email radioworks@entercom.com. That's radioworks@entercom.com. Internet Radio works. After all, we got your attention.
Hey, what's the best deal in town?
GetMyPerks.com/New Orleans.
In an election year, promises don't hold a lot of weight. That's why the Mutual Fund Store backs up our commitment with an Investor Bill of Rights. Right number 5, to only get advice from an extensively trained advisor. Number 4, you have the right of personal attention. We'll take the time to understand your unique situation. Number 3, you have the right for your account to be continuously evaluated, whether the market is up or down, so you can stay on track. Number 2, you have the right to an honest assessment. We never sugarcoat. And number 1, you have the right to dream big. We are committed to your success. The Mutual Fund Store and its team of advisors is leading the way in helping people just like you plan and achieve your financial retirement goals. Visit us at mutualfundstore.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Capacey with the Mutual Fund Store here in the New Orleans area. Call me at 504-830-7676 or visit mutualfundstore.com and let's talk about your financial goals today.
Advertisement by the law firm of Barron & Budd, 3102 Oak Lawn Avenue, Suite 1100, Dallas, Texas, 75219. Attention women. New evidence shows that talcum powder products such as Johnson & Johnson's baby powder and shower to shower may cause ovarian cancer. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed with ovarian cancer, call 800-320-4693 right now. You may be entitled to significant cash compensation. Recently, Johnson & Johnson was ordered to pay $72 million in damages to the family of a woman who died of cancer she said was caused by the company's talcum powder. The jury found that Johnson & Johnson knew that these products could cause cancer and failed to warn consumers. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed with ovarian cancer, call 800-320-4693. You may be entitled to cash compensation. Time is limited. Call 800-320-4693 now. Our toll-free phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-320-4693. That's 800-320-4693. 800-320-4693.
Dear volunteers of America, thank you for seeing me as a veteran and not a homeless man.
Thank you for actually listening to me and caring about what I have to say.
Thank you for my new shoes. I wear them to my school every day.
At Volunteers of America, this is why we do what we do. Volunteers of America, helping America's most vulnerable.
To learn more about our work here in Greater New Orleans and how you can help, visit voagno.org.
Stop by Sunshine Equipment and take advantage of incredible deals on John Deere equipment, like $135 a month on a 32-horsepower John Deere compact tractor, or choose from dozens of riding lawn tractors, starting at just $14.99. Don't forget to mark your calendars for our grand opening event, March 11 and 12 at our Hammond location. Visit one of our 9 convenient locations or get a quote online at sunequip.com. Offer ends March 31st, 2016, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
There's no reason to be cold this winter. To help, Surgeys will clean and check your furnace for only $129. Need a new furnace? For a limited time, Surgeys and Train are offering 48 months, 0% financing on all heater purchases. Now you can get a new furnace for as little as $50 a month. Remember, it's hard to stop at Train, and it's easy to trust Surgeys Heating and Air. Call Surgeys at 469-4232 or visit us on the web at surgeysac.com.
You'll feel like every day is spring. Surgeys.
Home of the largest radio news team in the Gulf South, the Big 870 and 105.3 WWL FM.
And I'm Bob Mitchell in for Scoot in the afternoon. One of the things we're talking about is the fist fight. I mean, the brawl that's going on in the Republican Party. Here's a text message. Best candidate for my party is Kasich. Best and probable winner is Trump. I'm okay with that. Kasich will be on Trump's cabinet. In Trump's cabinet, you can count on it. Let's go to Ryan. And Ken, Ryan, thank you for calling WWL.
Hey, Robert, how you doing? Thanks for taking my call.
I find this whole Republican thing entertainment. It really is. It really is like a reality show.
You know, my wife said last night during the week while I was watching them,
what?
It reminded her of the Three Stooges.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I take Trump hands down. You know he's going to win, but I take him hands down.
You think he'll win in the general election?
Oh yeah, I think he will.
You think he's got the stuff to beat Hillary then, or Bernie?
Oh yeah.
But I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty clear on the Republican Party that Hillary's going to win that. So yeah, I wonder where all of Bernie's voters are going to be. In fact, we had thrown that out. I've not heard from any Democrats. But if you're a Democrat and you're a Bernie supporter, if Hillary is the nominee, will you vote for her? We've been basically saying if Trump is the nominee, will you vote for him? But if Hillary is the nominee and you're a Democrat and you've been supporting Bernie, will you vote for Hillary? That'll be an interesting thing to see.
If I was, I'd swap over.
You'd vote Republican?
Yeah, if I was a Democrat, ain't no way I'd put Hillary in office.
All right, Ryan, give me your best memory of Peyton Manning.
The best memory of Peyton Manning? Ooh, man. I used to watch him when he played high school, and I followed him through college, Tennessee, and the best moments was with the coach. He's a stand-up guy, and he's honest, and he loves the game, and you just got to give it to him. He broke all kind of records. He's an upstanding young man.
My favorite memory is when he threw the interception with the Saints in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, though. I want to go off on a good note. He was a good
All right.
dude.
Thank you, Ryan.
All right, you take care, Bob.
All right, let's go to Henry in Ponchatoula. Henry, thank you for calling WWL.
Hello, Mr. Bob. Thank you for taking my call.
Thank you. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to say, all my life, and I'm almost 70 years old, I've been voting for politicians. And every politician I voted for turned out to be a crook. And that's why I'm supporting Donald Trump. And I think Mr. Trump is smarter than most people give him for, because I think he's, with this Republican Party going against him, I think that's going to give him ammunition. Once he becomes the president, he's going to say, oh, I remember this. And what goes around comes around. And since y'all didn't support me 100%, that'll make it easy for him to make deals with the Democrats and make things move better in Washington.
I got you, Henry. Thank you. Let's go to Mo in Metairie. Mo, thank you for calling WWL. You want to talk about the cigarette tax?
Yes. When I was 14, I began smoking. I quit smoking when I was 22. Today, I am 87 years old.
Wow.
If I had died from smoking, I would have died at age 67. Since age 67, I have spent, or I didn't spend it myself, but the community has spent on my health, $500,000. Do you realize what a wonderful thing that smokers are doing for us?
What?
They're reducing the cost of health care.
Okay. How do you figure that?
If I would have died at 67, I had no medical expenses at all.
All right.
Since 67, I have spent
on what?
$500,000.
On what? $500,000 on what?
Medical expenses.
On what?
Medical expenses, hospitals.
Okay, so
emergencies, anything you want.
And is all this from cigarette smoking?
No, I'm saying cigarette smokers are doing the world a favor. They're reducing health costs to the general public.
All right, Mo, thank you so much. I'm going to go to Brian in Mid-City. Brian, thank you for calling WWL. Are you a Bernie fan? Are you feeling the burn?
Yeah, definitely. I had changed my registration to Democrat so I could vote for him last Saturday. I voted at the firehouse on Jefferson.
Okay, now what happens if Hillary Clinton wins the nomination and it's Hillary against Trump? Will you vote for Hillary and support the Democratic Party, or will you cross over and vote for Trump?
Definitely vote for Trump. I can't vote for Hillary Clinton because, number one, she wants to make gun ownership illegal. She's always wanted to do that. She's always lied, saying she supports the Second Amendment, but she hasn't done anything to support the Second Amendment. Bernie Sanders voted against the Brady Bill in 1994. He voted against that. Okay, so anyway, another reason. Hillary cannot be trusted with classified information. She's proven that. Okay, and also Hillary's very good at getting people killed. Okay, she proved that too. She's got blood on her hands. 4 great Americans died at Benghazi, and it was because of her gross negligence.
Thank you, Brian. Got to go to traffic and a few other things, and we will be right back on WWL.
Now, another traffic update on the Big 870 WWL and WWL on FM at 105.3.
From the WWL Traffic Center, I'm Bob Frost, and got word of an accident on the riverbound Pontchartrain Expressway headed to the Crescent City connection near Claiborne. That is off to the side of the roadway, and that's causing stop-and-go traffic back around Loyola. And as you make your way out to New Orleans East to the high-rise bridge, stop-and-go traffic back around Elysian Fields on the I-10 and back near Harris Avenue on the 610, and from the east headed to Metairie. Stop-and-go traffic back around City Park opens up after the Parish Line, moves well through Kenner and problem-free on the Bonnie Carey Spillway. Looking good at the Huey Long Bridge, no advisories for the Causeway Bridge, and traffic also moving well on the twin spans between Slidell and New Orleans East. And your traffic this afternoon is brought to you by Raising Cane's. Traffic tip, call WWL 504-260-INFO.
This is the sound of a University of Phoenix student earning a business degree. What you don't hear is the University of Phoenix student studying in between shifts, in his two-bedroom apartment, while his children sleep. What you don't hear is this student defying the odds to succeed. Shouldn't that student be the candidate you take a longer look at? University of Phoenix. We rise. Learn more at phoenix.edu.
Are you looking to grow your business? How about generate leads for your sales team? If so, click the banner to learn more about Internet Radio. Entercom Radio has access to over 150 million online users in 23 cities every month. Our listeners are adult, homeowners, your target customers. With highly targeted Internet Radio, you have a cost-effective way to extend your brand and create direct response success from the car, smartphone, or tablet. Get the power of our strong radio brands behind your product. Internet Radio with Entercom can help you reach shoppers via social media, email, radio promotions, e-commerce, websites, mobile, and so much more. New business, new leads, new traffic. Entercom Radio can help build your business. To learn more about Entercom and how Internet Radio can drive new business for you, email radioworks@entercom.com. That's radioworks@entercom.com. Internet Radio works. After all, we got your attention.
Anticipated musical of the cultural season, the Jefferson Performing Arts Society presents Mary Poppins.
Practically perfect in every way. Practically perfect, that's my forte.
One of the most beloved family musicals of all time, Mary Poppins, the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious musical, plays March 11th through the 20th at the beautiful Jefferson Performing Arts Center.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way.
Remember this song?
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chim.
And what about this one?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
See Mary Poppins literally fly off the stage. For tickets, call 885-2000, visit us on Facebook, or at our website, jpas.org.
Earnings vary based on your effort. Are you interested in learning how to make more money and have more control of your financial future? This is Paul, and you've seen my brother and I making a lot of money buying and selling houses on TV for years. One thing you don't see on TV is we've funded over $60 million worth of real estate deals across the country for people like you. Right now, we have millions of dollars we're going to lend to a limited group of individuals to help get started. Our funding can be used for properties we teach you how to find and flip, or for rental properties you keep to build long-term wealth. Experience is not necessary, and you can do this on a part-time basis. We're holding a free, local, 2-hour educational workshop where you will learn exactly how you can get started right here in the New Orleans area. Through our educational events, we've helped thousands of our students buy properties using our system.
To get 2 free tickets to the workshop, call 1-800-338-8259. Seating is limited, so call now at 1-800-338-8259. That's 1-800-338-8259.
Have you thought about changing your career or advancing your education? That kind of transformation means taking on new challenges, exploring opportunities, and embracing the spirit of innovation. Arizona State University is where innovation thrives. It's the reason ASU is ranked the #1 university for innovation in the country by U.S. News & World Report, ahead of both MIT and Stanford. For us, innovation means using technology to improve your learning experience. It means making our world-class education accessible anywhere, at any time, through ASU Online. ASU Online features over 100 of our undergraduate and graduate degrees online, with the same curriculum and prestigious faculty as on campus, but with the added flexibility of learning on your schedule. To learn more, call 1-800-400-6413. At ASU, we believe when you challenge what's possible, you'll achieve the impossible. Now it's your turn. Learn how ASU Degrees Online can help you innovate in your life. Call 1-800-400-6413. That's 1-800-400-6413.
Avery Brothers has been repairing foundations in the New Orleans area since 1840. Estimates from Avery Brothers are absolutely free, so if you think you have a foundation problem, give them a call. If you don't have anything to worry about, they'll leave you with peace of mind. If repairs are necessary, they'll bring with them the experience that comes with shoring up structures in the New Orleans area for 176 years. 504-488-2671 or go to averybrothers.com/Tommy Tucker.
Instead of waiting, can carpet stand up to wine, chocolate, and even bleach? Life-proof carpet from the Home Depot can. And right now, when you get Life-proof or any other carpet, you save up to $500 on your total carpet project. That's the carpet, the pad, and the installation. This is the next generation of carpet. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid on basic installation through March 23rd. Minimum $500 purchase of carpet and pad. U.S. only.
As New Orleans is Filet Gumbo, the Big 870, 105.3 FM and WWL.com.
And I'm Bob Mitchell for Scoot in the Afternoon. Scoot will be back tomorrow as we wrap things up. We're going to go to Kevin. And Kevin, you want to talk about Republicans in general? Is that right?
Yeah. How you doing, Bob?
I'm doing fine.
Great. Just, one thing everybody's talking about the entertainment and so forth. What's kind of getting me is the American people are voicing their opinion, strongly, supporting Trump. And I'm not a big Trump fan, but when the establishment starts campaigning against what the people are voting for, don't you find that kind of odd?
Absolutely. I'm with you 100% on that. I have not made up my mind who I want to vote for president yet, and I vote independently. But I think it's disgusting that the American people at this point want Donald Trump, and we have leaders in the Republican Party telling us, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what you want, you don't know what's good for you, we're going to jam someone else down your throat, and we're going to work against what you want. To me, this is a perfect example of Washington working against the people.
Well, it's the establishment which has failed terribly, Obama or not. Whatever the problems they had, they've achieved nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And this establishment thing, quote unquote, is starting to sound like a mafia. It's like, well, if the people are voting one way, why are you campaigning against the people who are putting you in office? So I just want everybody to think about that for a bit.
Well, I thought what Romney did was totally inappropriate. You have the Republican front runner, and you are ripping him apart, and you're basically saying, I don't care if the people want him. I'm going to do everything I can to stop that. I don't like that at all.
And this guy laid down the last month of the election when he ran against Obama. It's like, where was he? So anyway, just think about it, people. We're voting, and the establishment that you're putting in Washington is campaigning against the people.
Thank you, Kevin.
Think about it.
All right. The Big Chief is next with WWL Sports Talk, and he'll continue to talk about Peyton Manning. I'm Bob Mitchell in for Scoot in the Afternoon. It's been a lot of fun talking to you guys today. Scoot will be back tomorrow on the Big 870 WWL.
The news, talk, and sports leader. The Big 870 WWL New Orleans. 105.3 WWL FM and HD1 Kenner, New Orleans. And WWL.com.
WWL First News. It's 4 o'clock. I'm Chris Miller on your official weather station, WWL AM FM and .com. Mild this afternoon and evening with lows tonight only in the 60s and more rain coming later in the week.
Rain chances go up a little bit tomorrow to about 30%, so just a few spotty showers and highs near 80.
Channel 4 meteorologist Alexander Cranford says things are getting interesting later this week with some heavy rain and storms brewing by Wednesday. The special session ends Wednesday night. Lawmakers in Baton Rouge scrambling to come up with a plan that addresses the state's huge budget deficit. WWL's Jim Hansel reports there's been talk of increasing the state's sales tax by as much as 2 pennies rather than the one that the House already approved. Governor John Bel Edwards believes the tax burden should be spread out and impact businesses too.
He's hoping the House can approve legislation that'll call for businesses paying higher taxes. Already agreed on by the legislature, raising the tax on a pack of cigarettes by 22 cents. And they're close to approving legislation that would raise taxes on booze. He says the tax increases are necessary to stabilize the state's budget and avoid deep cuts to higher ed and health care.
There's nothing pleasant about this. I don't like asking for the cuts or the revenue. It's just a recognition of the problems that we have, and they're historic. This is the largest budget deficit in our history.
Jim Hanzo, WWL First News.
New Orleans native Peyton Manning gave an emotional goodbye to the NFL today as he retired from professional football. His high school teammate, now current head coach at Isidore Newman in New Orleans, Nelson Stewart, says he hopes Manning can continue to be a part of the league, perhaps in an ownership role or even broadcasting.
He's just such a special individual. I think he could go any way, and really the choice is his own, and I'm sure like everything else, he'll obsess about it, study it, and, just decide what's best for him.
Manning's a 5-time NFL MVP, has 2 Super Bowl titles with 2 different teams. It won't be long before President Obama announces his nominee to fill the Supreme Court seat of the late Justice Antonin Scalia, but for now, the search continues. Here's CBS's Pam Coulter.
The president spent significant time reviewing candidate information over the weekend and made calls to multiple members of the Senate to talk about filling the Supreme Court vacancy. Despite the white-hot political battle over the seat, spokesman Josh Earnest said the president's looking for the best person for the job.
The president's very focused on choosing someone who understands that it's their job to try to interpret the law, not advance a political agenda.
Senate GOP leaders have insisted they will not consider any nominee this year. Pam Coulter, CBS News, the White House.
The Donald Trump campaign says it will be attacking Florida Senator Marco Rubio on his home turf with a new TV ad that calls Rubio, quote, another corrupt, all-talk, no-action politician. Rubio considers his home state a must-win and has trailed Trump in some recent polls there. Former First Lady Nancy Reagan will lie in repose Wednesday and Thursday before a funeral on Friday. Reagan Library spokeswoman Melissa Giller says they expect a big crowd.
We are estimating 1,000 people will be here for the ceremony. That is what we are planning for. It will be outdoors, rain or shine. We will just put up a tent over the structure.
Nancy Reagan died yesterday of congestive heart failure at the age of 94. She'll be laid to rest next to her husband on the grounds of the Reagan Library in Simi Valley, California. Ronald Reagan died in 2004. Former professional wrestler Hulk Hogan says he was, quote, completely humiliated by the publication of a video showing him having sex with the wife of his best friend. Hogan testified today in his $100 million lawsuit against the Gawker website. He said he did not authorize the tape to be made or authorize Gawker to publish it. On Wall Street, the Dow rose with an increase in the price of crude oil, but the tech-heavy NASDAQ slumped. The Dow up 67 points, NASDAQ down 8, oil up $2.02 at $37.94 a barrel. Weather, traffic, and sports flash next. WWL News Time 4:04.
Are you looking to grow your business? How about generate leads for your sales team? If so, click the banner to learn more about Internet Radio. Entercom Radio has access to over 150 million online users in 23 cities every month. With highly targeted Internet Radio, you have a cost-effective way to extend your brand and create direct response success from the car, smartphone, or tablet. For more information, email radioworks@entercom.com. That's radioworks@entercom.com. Internet Radio works. After all, we got your attention.
Get the power you need during deer season. Hurry in for 0% financing for 60 months on affordable E-Series compact tractors. Now with a best-in-class 6-year powertrain warranty. Turn up your productivity with more power from John Deere. Stop in today. Offer ends May 2nd, 2016, subject to approved installment credit with John Deere Financial. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Get great deals on legendary John Deere equipment at Sunshine Equipment. Visit one of Sunshine's 9 locations or online at myjohndeeredealer.com. Sunshine Equipment, serving you since 1960.
This is Charles Osgood. The new high-performance Latitude systems from Dell are the most secure, manageable, and reliable business-class laptops and 2-in-1 computers, so your employees can do their best work. They're outfitted with the latest Intel Core processors, so your team can reduce their downtime by 50% and boost their productivity with 4 times the performance. Make your work beautiful again at Dell.com/radio. That's Dell.com/radio.
WWL News Time 4:05. Channel 4 meteorologist Alexandra Cranford's in the Pinpoint Forecast Center.
We have pretty nice weather this evening before rain chances increase later this week. This evening, temperatures in the 60s and overnight lows tonight will fall to about 62, just a slim 10% chance for a stray shower this evening or tonight. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy and breezy conditions. Our temperatures soar to 80 for the afternoon, and we have a 30% chance for just a few spotty showers. That chance increases on Wednesday. Highs Wednesday near 78 with about a 50% chance for scattered showers and storms moving in during the second part of the day especially, and Thursday and Friday look wet too. From the Pinpoint Forecast Center, I'm WWL TV meteorologist Alexandra Cranford.
Cloudy skies, 75 degrees at Armstrong International, 72 on the North Shore, 73 uptown, and 73 on the West Bank. I'm Chris Miller, WWL First News. Here's WWL traffic.
From the WWL Traffic Center, I'm Bob Frost. As you make your way out New Orleans east to the high-rise bridge, we got delays now stretching back around Esplanade after an earlier accident on the high-rise, which is clear, and also a car on the side of the roadway. This is near Almonaster, so that's causing all of your delays there. And as you make your way on the 610 to the east, delays there back to Paris Avenue. Coming in from New Orleans east, headed to Metairie. Stop-and-go traffic back around Canal Boulevard opens up after the Parish Line. Lakebound Expressway slowing through West End, and on the I-10 as you head to Kenner from Metairie. Stop-and-go traffic around Clearview opens up after Power. Coming in from New Orleans east to the CBD, we got stop-and-go traffic back around Canal Cleveland, and from the West Bank to the East Bank of the Crescent City Connection inside General de Gaulle. And we do have an accident on the Riverbound Expressway near Claiborne that is out of the moving lanes of traffic. And your traffic brought to you by Firestone. WL 504-260-info.
WWL Sports Flash.
A New Orleans native who set new standards for quarterback play in the NFL called it a career today. Peyton Manning held a press conference to announce his retirement from the game, and he talked about what the sport has taught him.
I've learned a lot through my mistakes, stumbles, and losses in football. I've also learned this game is a mighty platform that has given me a voice that can echo well beyond the game. Football has taught me not to be led by obstructions and setbacks, but instead to be led by dreams.
Manning goes out as the NFL's all-time leader in categories too numerous to list in a sports flash, but they include passing yards, passing touchdowns, and wins. He also leaves as a reigning Super Bowl champion. Manning won his second ring just over a month ago as quarterback for the Denver Broncos. He played 18 seasons in the NFL. The Pelicans have continued to crumble as the season winds down. They've lost 4 straight heading into tonight's outing at the Smoothie King Center. The Pels will try to halt their skid with a win over the Sacramento Kings. Tip-off is set for 7. And probably the most well-known women's tennis star not named Williams has run afoul of the powers that be in her sport. Maria Sharapova held a press conference today to own up to her offense.
A few days ago, I received a letter from the ITF that I had failed a drug test at the Australian Open. I did fail the test, and I take full responsibility for it.
Sharapova says she tested positive for meldonium, a drug she's taken for 10 years to address irregular EKGs and diabetes. The drug became a banned substance as of January 1st, a fact Sharapova says she was unaware of. Currently ranked 7th in the world, Sharapova says she hopes she'll be allowed to continue her career. Sports Flash is brought to you by Bud Light, the official beer of the Saints. For all the latest on the Saints, the Pelicans, and LSU, follow us on Twitter at WWLAMFM or log on to our website, WWL.com. With WWL Sports Flash, I'm Mark Menard.
From WWL, the news, talk, and sports leader, it's Sports Talk with Bobby Hebert and Deke Bellavia. Call 504-260-1870, text 870-870, or tweet at Deke Big Chief. Now, live from our Ladder and Bloom studios, here's the Cajun Cannon Bobby Hebert and the Big Chief Deke Bellavia.
And a very good afternoon to you. Welcome to Sports Talk here on WWL Radio. A lot to get to on today's program. Of course, what is the story, the top story? Obviously, it is dealing with Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning retiring from the National Football League today, retiring from football as truly one of the all-time greats. Now the discussion begins. Where does he fit into the category of all-time greats? 260-1870 is the number to get involved. You can text us at 870-870. And we're asking you at Peretti Jaguar Opinion Poll online at WWL.com.